Hello, hello, hello. Hi everybody, we are back, and welcome to the 4th episode of our Pinot Azzurra Let's Talk Ship series. Well, we are back, everybody. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking all about the bars, the entertainment on Pinot Azzurra, and Gavin is going to give you a quick run through the various drinks packages that are offered because... yeah, there are four of them, and we did partake in a package because if we hadn't have, we'd have been broke. But before we get into the video, we're going to kindly ask you to consider subscribing to our channel, as we always do, because it helps us out loads. We really appreciate it, and you'll stay up to date with all these videos. You won't miss out because you'll get a little notification. And
yeah, make sure you hit the bell icon, and it'll notify you every time we.
And if you like it, please like it, because that helps us out too. We don't know how, but it does.
Yep,
so we should really get on into this, really, shouldn't we? So yes. As we said, obviously, we're talking about the bars and the entertainment, so I think it's only fair to start off with the drinks packages that Pinot offers. We went for the deluxe package this time, which is the top of the top drinks package you can get.
Yes.
So Gavin's going to give you a quick run through, starting from the bottom and working the way up to the package we had, and we're just going to briefly touch in and explain what the differences are.
Yes. So Pinot has 4 drinks packages. You've got the Refresh drinks package, which starts at £9.85 per person per day. That's if you buy it before your holiday. So there's a 10% save in there. Otherwise, it's £10.95 once you're on board. That covers just your Pepsis and your lemonades and things like that. Then you've got the alcohol-free package, which includes your Pepsis, your lemonades, but also things like mocktails, your small coffees and things like that. That one starts at £22.45 per person per day if you pre-book it, or on board is £24.95 per person per day. Okay?
Yeah, okay, I'm still here.
Still here?
We hope we're still here.
We're just running through it really quickly.
Hope you're still here.
So we've got the Classics drinks package next. That's coming at £40.45 per person per day if you book it before your holiday, or £44.95 per person if you book it on board. That's your more traditional kind of Pinot drinks package, is what they used to have.
So like small glasses of wine, single measure, like gin and tonics, that kind of thing. Yeah.
There's a selection of cocktails on there as well. It covers your waters, all that kind of stuff. And it's got, like I said, the coffees, or everything's in the Refresh and the alcohol-free package. That's a good one.
That's a nice one. We've had that one before. And then, drum roll, please.
You really want to push the boat out.
Push the boat out.
You've got the deluxe drinks package.
Really pushing the boat out. The deluxe. Ta-da! And this is the package we went for, as I keep saying.
So this was £49.45 per person per day if you can pre-book it. As we couldn't do it because it was too late, it closed for pre-booking by then. So for us, it was £54.95 per person on board. What you've got to realise is if you're part of the Peninsula Club membership, you do get your Peninsula Club discount off that as well. So it does come down a little bit.
Yeah.
As with all Pinot drinks packages, there is a 15-minute wait between orders, and so in our case, both cards had to be presented when we asked for 2 drinks. Yeah. So you can't have 2 drinks on one card. No. They will usually make you wait 15 minutes. So you can't say you can have 4 waters on 2 cards. They'll say, come back in 15 minutes and we'll give you another 2.
And all alcoholic drinks, there is a limit set for 15 alcoholic drinks per person per day.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's it basically. There's no more.
But
remember that your soft drinks, your coffees, your mocktails even, your Pepsis, all those kind of things, they're unlimited. They're free all the time, the whole time.
And if you're going as a family and the adults buy the classic or the deluxe drink package, the children in the cabin under the age of 17 get the Refresh package for free.
Yeah, which is good. Really, really good. Yeah. Just a quick question now. So what was the cut-off period? Obviously, and this is what people have been told, what we said before.
It's around 48 hours before.
I was going to say, because we literally booked our cruise on the Wednesday to go on the Friday.
So just under it.
So we were within that time. We couldn't get any future purchasing sort of discounts. We couldn't do that. So we just basically had to utilise our Peninsula Club discount to get any sort of discount off our drinks.
It was a 10% saving, so it was £5 per person per day we would have saved if we could have bought it beforehand. And 14-day cruise is quite a saving.
So I think it's only fair to mention that for the 2 of us, for the 2 weeks, the drinks package, the deluxe drinks package, did set us back
eye-watering
£1,400. But that, when you think
about it, that was after our discount.
That was after our discount, but that is then about £100 a day for 2 adults drinking. And we have quickly worked out, just, you know, not even really going into it, we've worked out that it has actually saved us money. I mean, we do like a drink, but there were nights that I didn't drink as much or just didn't quite feel like it, because 14 nights to be drinking heavily every night is a bit much.
Yeah, you know, a bottle of water is £2.20, pint of beer £5.30, a decent glass of wine around £7, your cocktails around £7, gin and tonics around £5-6. So you can see from that you only need about 5 or 6 drinks a day, plus your coffees and your waters, and you can break even. Exactly. It's not for everybody, but for us, it's great value for money. And the best part is, you don't get a nasty surprise at the end when you get the bill.
No, that's one thing I do like about any package that's offered, is it is taken care of. There's nothing worse than sitting there, little ringing up in your head, ding, 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 as you're going through the cruise, thinking, oh, how much is it going to cost? Yes, we may have paid a lot, but we knew that was it. Yeah. That was it. So we were happy with that. It took all the stress and worry out of it.
If you want more info on the drinks package, we'll pop a link into our website in the description, and we've got some information on there, and it's got up-to-date drinks prices and things on there as well, so you can decide whether it's for you or not. So before we go into the bars and entertainment properly, we just need to say, if you've got any questions or comments, make sure you pop them in the comment section below.
Or, shameless plug, why not head over to our Facebook group, where either we or all of our lovely, what do you call them, monkeys, our little cruise monkeys community, they will answer your questions. They will answer them.
So pop a link to that in the description box as well.
So now I guess it's time to move on to the bars and entertainment. So what we're going to do for this segment, people, is we're going to start at the bottom of the ship, forward, and we're going to work our way front to back, up deck by deck. So it's going to be, you know, so this is how we're going to do it, okay? So I think it's only fair to start off with the biggest entertainment venue on the ship, and that is the Playhouse Theatre. Found down on deck 6, all the way forward, as we said. This is a lovely theatre. It's really, really nice. I can't remember off the top of my head how many people it actually holds, but it's quite a lot.
So this is where you'll find like the headliners theatre shows. Yeah. So things like Centre Stage, Hitsville, Blame It on the Boogie, and Astonishing, I think, was there. You'll also find some guest speakers there during the day. I think there was a crime investigator there while we were on board.
Yes.
And there's some like guest acts they bring on as well.
I do feel the need to say we did not actually sit down and watch a show. Shows aren't really our sort of thing. However, we did stick our head in once or twice. We do that quite often, just to see what it's like. And I can't remember what was on, but it looked good. We were there for probably about 10 minutes. We just sort of stood there, took it all in, and was like, no, we've had enough now. Let's go and get a drink.
The show's a big thing to some people, and you've got that option to go there. I think there was 2 shows an evening on.
Yeah, that's one thing we will say about Azura. There is so much varied entertainment around the ship. There is something there for everybody. Yeah. So yes, that might not have necessarily suited us. It never really does. Shows aren't our thing, as we've said. But that was probably amazing for some people. Yeah. So next, then I suppose we better head on to Brody's. Brody's, which is basically just next door. So out of the theatre, just through, you will find Brody's. Now, Brody's, I was going to say it's Wetherspoons at Sea. It kind of is, but it isn't. It's your British-style pub, isn't it? Yeah. It's got that nice, homely pub feel about it, which I really, really like. It's nice. It's great. And also attached to Brody's, it comes into the entertainment segment of it. So we're bars and entertainment here. You've got the casino as well, which is great because while you're at the casino and you're playing on the gamblers or the games, you've got servers going around and they're offering you drinks, which are, they're there. It's easy, it's nice. But at Brody's then, so here you'll find things like your sports, they were on. You'll find things like live entertainment. We had the busker that evening.
There's like virtual horse racing there.
Yeah, they also have quizzes. They do trivia and things like that during the day. One criticism though, we were hoping to watch the Six Nations rugby, and it wasn't available. No. Now, I don't know whether it was down to signal. I don't know if I buy that excuse.
No, I think they used Sports 24 or something like that on the ships. And when I checked, it wasn't scheduled on there.
So I was going to say, Six Nations weren't available, but Premier League was go knock yourself out. Yeah. So
it's a very popular venue, to be fair.
Really, really nice. Nice, like you said, homely vibe about it. It's quite stylish. It's nice windows. You can see out. It's lovely. It's great. So I suppose next, then, we're going to move on to... Where do you want to go to next?
Should we do the Glass House?
The Glass House. Now, as you know, the Glass House is one of our favourite bars on the ship. The staff here were exceptional. We really got to know them. It was one of many favourite drinking holes on the ship. Now, as we said before, the glasshouse is great because you can pair wines with your food.
Yep.
Or food with your wines in this case. Yeah, whichever way. You get like these little nibble plates, which we loved, basically. They're just perfect for drinking and picking. Yep. It's worth noting, you can, if you like, try any wine. You can sample them all. Yeah. If you just want a little taster, they will do that for you.
They won't let you do them all, but no. You can have one or two.
It's headed up by Jolly Ollie Smith.
Yeah.
So he picks the wines, he chooses the wines, and that's how you'll find things there like wine flights. Now, as we're talking specifically about drinks and things this time, it's worth noting that if you would like a wine flight, that would not be available on your package, okay? Because it breaks the 15-minute rule between drinks, and it just doesn't happen.
They include special things like that.
But if you wish, you could go through the menu. You could pick, say there was a wine flight with 3 wines on it, you could pick individual glasses of those wines and you could have them, or they'd be included
we've done that
on your package, and you can do it that way. So that's one thing to bear in mind.
We used to enjoy coming out at the end of the evening, didn't we? To have, you know, maybe an espresso martini just to finish the night off or something.
You say you go there late in the evening. We used to go there at lunchtime. We used to go there in the afternoon. It kind of depended how the day was just rolling out, to be honest. We used to love sitting there and looking at the windows because it's on the same deck as the prom deck. So you could just nip in and out for a breath of fresh air. I think we watched a sail away once. We were having some drinks and some food, and the ship was sailing. I think it was from Lanzarote, and we stuck our head out and we watched them lifting up the gangway and all with a crane. So it's great. It's a really nice, very stylish venue. It's nice. So next then we're going to head on through. We're walking through the glasshouse, and we're going to make our way to the atrium. Now the atrium, here you'll find 2 bars basically. So we're going to start off, I think it's only fair to start off with probably Java, because that's lower down. So Java is your Costa, basically. Here you get all your coffees, your teas, cakes are actually included. We've said that in our food segment. So if you're ordering a coffee or a tea, you can have cake, and that is complimentary.
It's very popular here on the sea day, especially when there's activities going on in the atrium. So they'll do things like line dancing or ballroom dancing.
Or sometimes they do like some fitness classes, like they do funny little things. It's really, really nice in the evening though to watch them all do it, like, because that's when they do practicing during the day and lessons during the day. And in the evening, people are like, oh, they've got the confidence then to actually give it a go. And you see them all coming out, and they're all dressed in their finery, and the music's all playing, and it's really, really nice. Java is also great for when you're getting back on the ship after an excursion or a day and you just want to grab a drink, or in the morning before you're about to get off. It's handy to just grab that first cup of coffee of the day, I suppose.
I will say one thing I didn't like about Java.
What?
Might be an unpopular opinion. So now when you have a takeaway, they give you those plastic cups, don't they, as a takeaway?
I didn't mind that.
And they're not quite the same.
He's a bone china, it's got to be crystal glass kind of guy. I'm quite happy, shove it in a beaker. It's fine, it all goes down the hatch.
Yes.
Anyway, there's also, on the top level of the atrium, you will find the blue bar. Now the blue bar is on the promenade deck, the same as the glasshouse, basically. So from there you can look outside and you can see the prom deck and you can see the ocean. If you turn around, you will see the whole atrium. You get to people watch, you will see all the dancing, but you'll get like a bird's eye view of it. Here you can enjoy, I would say, the finer cocktails. Like they do the more it's more sophisticated gins. Like there's a more extensive range.
So this is where they classed as the gin bar, really, didn't they? This is where the gin menu was. So
because they had like on the menu, I just recall this like wheel thing. I can't really remember it properly now, but it was like I think it was telling you the flavors, and I don't know if it was something to do with pairing the gin with the tonic or something. But anyway, it's definitely more the gin aspect of it is more enhanced than say a normal bar, like a pool bar. You get a lot more. It's more expansive range.
Yeah, it's a nice spot, and when you've got Captain's Welcome, get a seat up there early, and then you can, you've got your little perch down. You can
have a perfect view of the captain, because he comes out in the middle on like a little tiny mini stage in the middle level, and you see him perfectly. But yes, it's a great little bar. They do also have like a pianist there as well. There is a piano there. I think we only managed to drink there maybe once or twice. It wasn't one of our go-to kind of places. I think we went there one evening just before dinner.
Yeah, it was quite a popular bar, to be fair. And there's quite a bit of atmosphere there as well, because it's
of the atrium.
You've got the noise coming up.
You're at the heart of everything, basically. Yeah. So as we're talking still, we're on about bars and entertainment. They're going to be overlapping in this because it's all under the same category. It's also worth noting that on the lower level of the atrium, pretty much opposite Java, tucked right in the corner, you will find a library. Now a library it is what it is. It has books there. There are computers there. There was it wasn't a massive library. It was a decent enough sort of size. Has lovely windows looking out to the ocean, which was nice. Gotta be honest though, we didn't really use it. I did stick my head in, had a little nosy, but that's probably about it. Some people, I mean, a lot of people these days, I suppose they have Kindles and stuff. I'm not sure how the book, borrowing the books goes.
Yeah, it has the opening times. As with all entertainment, you will find it in the Horizon magazine.
So always check the Horizon. Moving on from the library, we're now going to head on to our next bar. So we're going to go up a deck or two, and we are now at Malabar. Now Malabar is great because it's like tropical.
Yeah,
it's got totally tropical vibes. I really love it. You walk in, it's got like palm trees as you go in. Now here it's sort of like a show lounge kind of area. Yeah, it does things like you'll find karaoke there.
Yeah, you get karaoke. I think when we were there, there's a Nautical Harmony duo in there.
Yeah.
I think Pulse were doing the Pulse band.
Yeah, which is like one of the resident ship bands. Yeah. But yeah, it was great. I mean, we had several cocktails there. We didn't really drink there much on this cruise. I think we had one evening, we sort of sat there, watched the end of one of the performances, and then there was a bit of karaoke going on, wasn't there? And we were just drinking cocktails and chatting to the staff, because it's a very busy kind of bar, because people sort of walk through it, don't they, to go on to, like, you walk through there and heading afterwards towards other things like, I think it's like the nightclub and stuff.
To be fair, if you don't want to be in the thick of the action, like in front of the stage, you can sit in the walkway. Yeah, it's a bit quiet and you can do a little chat and stuff there.
Yeah, but yeah, again, it was a lovely place. I really loved just the decor of it and just the ambience it gives. It just makes you feel like you're somewhere exotic and tropical, and it just gives you holiday vibes, basically. So now we've just left Malabar. We're going to head further aft, and next up we have another. We're just going to touch on this. We have the Sindhu Bar.
Yes.
Now Sindhu Bar is a bar that serves the restaurants. So that's basically what it does. In the past, years ago, we have sat there and drunk.
Yeah, you can sit there for a quick drink.
There is a small bar there, but it's not really worth mentioning. We're just going to mention it as a gesture, really, because there is a bar there. But I mean, it's not like Glass House where you actually go to and spend time sitting there drinking. It is just basically to service the restaurant.
To be fair, it wasn't very often I saw people there drinking.
And fun fact, our room was directly above it, so we know for a fact it doesn't go on all hours of the night. It's not it's not a noisy bar. Yeah, it just serves the restaurant. So now we're going to head on to, now this is one of our favourite places. We do like this place. This is now Manhattan, so found all the way aft on deck, I think it's deck 7, I believe. It's on the prom deck, basically. You'll find Manhattan. So here is another show lounge. And as we said, it's the late night dance venue. So that's where it all finishes off. They basically, as the night goes on and things start closing, they sort of shun you all the way into Manhattan, and that goes on till, well, I can't remember ever seeing it really closed. I never remember seeing it closed. So I mean, no, it was closed because during the day there's no one in there, but I know it does close, but it never seemed to close.
I think one night we were probably there till about 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
it's quite late.
So here great bar staff, brilliant.
Yes.
Here you will find things like
this is where they're the comedians. So we saw Tucker, Josh Daniels, I think, here as well, and the magician Phil Hitchcock, I think it was. Silent Disco 1.
Oh, Silent Disco, yeah. So you've got 2 versions of the Silent Disco. So version 1 is in Manhattan. Version 2 is open deck up the top. We'll get into that in a sec. That was where I partake in Silent Disco, not lower decks. I use that just for my late night disco pop in my pop. I was dancing out with it.
But it's a great venue to end your night. You know, if you want to have a party, it's the place to go in the evening.
Yeah. So that now is probably going to conclude the lower decks. Now we need to take the elevator and go whooshing all the way up to the top. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we are now up on top decks of the ship. So we're going to get some fresh air. We're going to see some scenery, and we're going to take it all in. So I think the first place we shall go will be the Coral Bar. Okay. Now the Coral Bar is by the Coral Pool, so it's great because it services you while you're sunbathing and you're lounging around by the pool. It's also a great place to grab a drink when you're getting your poolside grill and you're getting your pizza. So it's great for that. So, you know, when you've got the sun, you're getting hot, it's perfect. It's also a great place to hear things such as there was singers, the Busker and all that.
The Busker was up there.
Harmony Duo.
Harmony Duo, I think.
There's a few different things, like there's a stage basically above the pool, so you can hear that while you're drinking your drinks. So now we're going to head on up to the Breakers Bar.
Oh,
Now,
it's
this
one
is
of our
literally,
favourites.
this is one of our favourite drinking spots on the ship. So basically going to go up a deck now, and it's, how can I explain it? So the Coral Pool and Coral Bar are on a lower level, and then you've sort of got the upper level, and that's where the Breakers Bar is. So the Breakers Bar is absolutely fantastic for soaking up the sunshine and the rays. Perfect for looking at the ocean views. Definitely getting a bit of fresh air. It's a lot more eerie because it's not as enclosed. It's a great bar. Again, you get to experience things like the singing. You can still hear the quizzes and the trivia. Smokers will be pleased to know that on the port side, there is an allocated specific smoking section, which I think then makes that bar busier, to be fair. It's always very busy. But it was a nice atmosphere. I quite enjoyed it.
We spent a lot of time up here.
Yeah, and the staff, they were fantastic. I mean, the staff on this cruise were exceptional. They really were. But yeah, it's a great, Breakers Bar was great. As I was saying earlier on, it's also perfect for silent disco.
Yes.
Because at night time, the Coral Pool has all these funky disco lights, and that's where I just loved it. That was where I enjoyed silent disco most. It was just open air, it was just party vibes, you could sing your heart out. And you're up on deck, so...
So we had 2 silent discos a week. One was up here, and the other one then was down
in
Manhattan. So over the 14 nights, we had the 4 silent discos.
Yeah, but this is where I enjoyed silent disco. I loved it, absolutely. If you've never done a silent disco before, you have to try it. I know from my own experience, I used to look at them and think, what are these weirdos doing? You can hear them all singing. Do they not realise people can hear them singing? Their singing's awful, but at least they were all singing sort of in sync. But you got somebody doing one style of dance, and you've got a load of people doing a different style of dance. But it's just because you can flick between the channels. So if the song's not to your liking, you just flick. So it's like a personalised disco, but because the atmosphere is there, it's just great. I love it.
And then you've got me, who just can't dance doing one kind of...
But then you're usually, but then I don't know what you're dancing to anyway. He could be dancing to a different channel. You usually got to look and go, what colour are you? Because it's usually like blue, red and green or whatever. And then different colours correspond to a different channel. So anyway, I digress. So next we're going to head on over to the Aqua Bar.
Okay.
Now the Aqua Bar serves the Aqua Pool. Now the Aqua Pool is by the buffet as well. So it's a great place when you're leaving the buffet. You can grab yourself a drink because you're heading out to find a sunbed. But one of the biggest draws to this area has to be the sea screen. So obviously we've got the Aqua Pool, we've got the Aqua Bar. Right above the Aqua Bar, you have the sea screen. Now, while we were here, the sea screen was in good working order because we have been on Azura a few years ago, and there were little like pixels and faults with it.
They've definitely replaced
the screen has been replaced. Now, this was absolutely brilliant. I mean, yeah, so the bar, as we said, is a bar. It serves you drinks. It does what it does. It's by the pool, fantastic for sunbathing, all that kind of thing. However, now we're going to go on to more of the entertainment value here. We're going to go into the sea screen. So in the evening, they do put out more, what would you say, luxurious kind of cushions on the bed.
Nicer.
They enhance the experience. They elevate it a smidge. And they do have blankets as well, I believe. I saw blankets. And obviously on the sea screen, you have things throughout the day. Sometimes they just put like scenery and like landscapes, but there's always films on.
Again, they'll be in the horizon, so check out the horizon for those films.
We did find, I will say this, during our cruise, we were obviously doing a back-to-back, is how I'm going to say it. It wasn't really a 14-night cruise, it was a back-to-back. They did repeat the films on a few occasions. So that is one thing to bear in mind if you're on it for 14 nights possibly. But other than that, what was available, they seemed to be quite newish sort of
there's
films.
A range of films. There's some older films on there, and there's some new films. With Pinot as well, they do change the films they have on board every month. So you should always have some newer films whenever you go on board.
But there was something there for everybody, different age ranges. It was really, really good. So yeah, that is basically the Aqua Bar and the sea screen.
So where we head next? It's another favourite of ours, I think, isn't it?
One of our favourite drinking holes was the Terrace Bar. Now you'll find us just outside the buffet. So just out through there, right by the terrace pool. So again, it's a pool bar that serves the pool. Perfect. It is what it is. Now the terrace bar was one of our favourite spots because the staff were fantastic. We got to know them really, really well. It was a great little sun trap at the back of the ship most of the time. I mean, obviously it depends which way the ship is pointing, but for our cruise, I would say it was a sun trap. Most of the time it caught the sun. It's perfect for watching sail away from ports because you can see it just disappearing off into the horizon. Yeah, it was great. And the pool, I will say, was quite warm too. But yeah, it was just a great bar. And as we said, again, it's one of those places, because it's so close to the buffet, you can grab a drink. It also, in the evenings, it does serve, the drinks are served into the beach house.
Yes,
that's where they get their drinks from. So, yeah, if you're just finishing your dinner and you just want to get a breath of fresh air, you can finish from the beach house and go have a drink there and just take it all in, take in the fresh air.
I think this bar closed about 10 o'clock, was it? Or was it 11 o'clock?
I was going to say, it was reasonably late. It wasn't like late, like Manhattan nightclub, but it was open quite late. It was always dark when it closed, wasn't it? But yeah, it was a great bar. We can't really say much more about it, really. It was just one of our favourites. So I suppose that next, we're going to have to head on up. Now, to the top, people, because you would have noticed when you look at the ship, here's our handy model, you'll see this bit up here. This is the Planet Bar. So here is, I'm going to say, very similar sort of ambience to the Crow's Nest.
Yes.
But obviously Azura doesn't have a Crow's Nest, so there's no forward-facing observation lounge, which was a bit of a negative. But the Planet Bar was all right.
Yeah, it's got windows looking out.
Yeah, you can see all the way out the back of the ship. You basically get a good view of the terrace pool and all below. You can look down, if you're looking forward, you can see the funnel and all. It's a great bar. It's also
windows got down the side, haven't you?
It's also got like this wall of screens, and it takes you around the world. There's a little map on one side, and it sort of says like it'll be in Thailand, and then all the visuals on the wall, it's like a video basically, corresponds to the destination. So like Thailand or New York City, or it just travels all around the world basically. Yep. It's just a perfect place to go for like a pre-dinner drink or after dinner drink.
And in the evenings there's a pianist there as well playing, so you can just relax. It was quite a chilled venue.
It's a really nice bar. It's just, for me personally, I just like to look forwards rather than backwards. That's literally it. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Sometimes you do get a bit of banging from there's a sports court above, which we'll get into in the next episode. So sometimes you can hear kids banging balls.
It was quite when you say banging as well, it was quite a bouncy area. So when the sea was rough, you would feel it.
Because you're so high up, and obviously you're so far aft. So when you've got the motion of the ocean, so you got your pitch in there and you got your roller near, it's higher up, and it's like woo. But when you've had a few to drink, it just enhances the experience really.
So like the Blue Bar, up here you'll find a good selection of gins as well.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is now going to conclude this segment of our Let's Talk Ship. This now concludes episode number 4, and we are now on our, this is our penultimate episode, so next time we'll be discussing the spa, the fitness, the wellness, well-being, the open deck areas, the pools, that kind of thing. And we're going to give you some of our final thoughts, although I'm sure you've all pretty much got an idea because we've rambled on far too much throughout. We've spilled the beans so much. But yes, regards entertainment, we found it all to be really, really good. Bars were brilliant, staff were fantastic, they were all exceptional, we had a really good time, as you know. So yeah, we're just going to wrap that up. So we hope you've liked this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up.
Yes. Make sure you subscribe as well.
Yeah, please subscribe.
Hit the notification bell so you stay up to date. And if you haven't seen the other videos in this series,
go back now and check them out.
Head back on our channel and check them out.
As I said, if you're subscribed, you won't miss out on the next ones, and we've got more videos coming after that as well. Yes. So stay tuned.
And like we said, any questions or comments, pop them below or head on over to Facebook.
So from now on, we're just going to say bye. So cheerio. Bye. Thanks for watching.